Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in. My name is Colin Moriarty. I'm senior editor of IGN. This is Andrew Goldfarb. He's our news editor of IGN, and we're here to talk about The Last of Us.
Yeah, all that single player, right? Because all they talk about is single player. We love the single player, and that's all that's in the game. It's just a single player mode. That's all I've seen.
Well, no, that's not true, Goldfarb. There's a multiplayer component to the game as well. And see, Goldfarb, what's really interesting about all this is that we've known about The Last of Us for a long time. We saw it, in 2011, and then we know a lot about the single player, and at some point, Naughty Dog and Sony confirmed that there's a multiplayer component to the game. Now, the game comes out in under a month, and we still don't know what the multiplayer is. We've never seen it.
And it's even weirder, even when they confirmed the multiplayer, it was like in the pre-order bonuses, it was like, and skins for multiplayer. And everyone was like, wait, what? Multiplayer? Like, they've never officially said anything about it.
Now, this isn't surprising necessarily because with Uncharted 2, among these and Uncharted 3, Drake's exception, there was a multiplayer component in the game which was really fun, like undeniably fun, but also not very important. You can play it if you wanted to, but it was really about Drake's campaign and playing the single player component, but it was like, you can play, deathmatch and capture the flag and all that stuff if you wanted to.
Of course.
And I suspect that The Last of Us is probably going to do something very similar, but there was an interesting tweet on the old Twitter that went up today from Nate Wells, who's an animator, right? That's
I believe he's actually lead artist.
Lead artist.
Formerly of Irrational. He used to work on BioShock.
And now he's working over at Naughty Dog, the house that gave us Uncharted and The Last of Us, and he tweets this. At Pretty Larceny is his Twitter handle.
It's like petty larceny, but it's pretty.
I wish I could appropriately prepare you people for hashtag The Last of Us, but even if I were allowed to, I can't. Smiley face. Then he follows up, and I really can't prepare you for the best MP ever conceived. Ellipsis.
MP being multiplayer. I love that you're reading the punctuation in the hashtags.
Period. Space.
I mean, here's my thing. So you say you expect it to be more like capture the flag, kind of Uncharted style, right? A theory that somebody posted or somebody tweeted to us at Garth, no taxation on Twitter. Someone tweeted to us that maybe the reason they can't talk about it is because it ties into the story, right? Maybe the multiplayer is in some way like you have to get to a certain point in the story and something happens, and then that ties into the multiplayer mode. To me, that's more likely. I think Naughty Dog maybe isn't showing it off because they're not stupid, right? They know how to market games. They know that, like, if the reason you include multiplayer in a game like this is to incentivize more people to buy it and less people to trade it in. And so, like, they would be talking about it. If they're not, I think there must be a reason. And so I think maybe he's right. Maybe it is something really interesting and cool that they're doing. I mean, some people think this tweet could be sarcastic, but I mean, I believe him. If anyone could do it, it's Naughty Dog.
It could be sarcastic. It would be very strange for a company as disciplined as Naughty Dog to let one of their employees sarcastically tweet about their game.
Sure.
I'm not sure that is what it is. I think you're right. There is a reason why Naughty Dog's not talking about it and Sony's not talking about it, and it could be a bad reason. It could be that the multiplayer's just not very good. I don't think that that's probably the reason. I think that the reason they're not talking about it is because multiplayer is basically Uncharted's multiplayer, and there's just nothing to say. Like, you'll see it when you see it, and so like the main campaign, the story of Joel and Ellie is still at the heart of The Last of Us, and so that's what they want you to focus on, because the multiplayer, like it was in Uncharted, is kind of this other thing,
Sure.
And so that's one option. Of course, maybe there is some unknown element to it. I know that they kind of, implicitly said there's not a cooperative kind of element to it, but maybe there's something else going on in the game that we just don't know about yet.
Or something that we can't even predict. Something that, like, maybe it is the best multiplayer ever conceived, ellipsis.
Yeah, that's a very lofty goal if he's serious.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, what do you think about The Last of Us in terms of its multiplayer components? Why haven't we heard about it yet, and what do you think The Last of Us is going to play like when we actually get into the multiplayer component of the game this June? Goldfarb and I gave you our opinions, but we want yours, so leave them in the comments below. Until next time, find us on Podcast Beyond and IGN. Beyond.
Beyond.